Welcome to my channel Valuable Rare Coins because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First spark curiosity, quite like the 1965 Washington quarter. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary coin, something that might pass through your hand at the grocery store without a second thought. Yet for collectors, this date marks the beginning of one of the most fascinating chapters in modern numismatic history, and its mysteries continue to grow with every passing decade. The year 1965 was a turning point for the United States Mint. Rising silver prices had caused coin shortages across the nation, and the government made the historic decision to remove silver from circulating quarters. For the first time since 1932, the Washington quarter was struck not from silver, but from a copper-nickel-clad composition. This shift revolutionized the look, weight, and feel of the coin, and the transition created unusual circumstances that collectors still study today. What makes the 1965 quarter so intriguing is not just the metal change, but the environment in which it occurred. With the mint under pressure to produce enormous quantities of coins to ease shortages, unusual blends of old and new processes overlapped. As a result, a handful of coins escaped quality control with characteristics never meant to exist, traits that today inspire heated debate and passionate investigation. Among the most captivating stories told by collectors is the possibility that some 1965 quarters may have been accidentally struck on leftover silver planchets meant for earlier issues. Though such pieces are rare and often surrounded by controversy, the idea alone has fueled countless hunts through boxes of old coins, estate collections, and forgotten jars tucked away in attics. Even the regular copper-nickel 1965 quarter has its own aura of excitement. High-grade examples, struck with exceptional clarity or preserved in remarkable condition, can command attention at auctions and private sales. These coins came from a period when minting equipment was pushed to its limits, making pristine strikes surprisingly uncommon. When collectors find a sharply detailed example, it becomes a small treasure in its own right. Enthusiasts often examine these coins under bright lamps and high-powered magnification, searching for subtle features that set them apart. A smooth, flawless field or a perfectly struck portrait can elevate an otherwise common quarter into something truly collectible. It's this pursuit of perfection that drives many numismatists to spend hours studying coins that others would simply spend as pocket change. But condition isn't the only factor that draws attention. Minting anomalies ranging from doubled elements to off-center strikes have long captivated collectors. A 1965 quarter with a dramatic misalignment or a uniquely formed die crack instantly becomes an object of fascination, and part of the thrill comes from knowing that each error is a one-of-a-kind creation. Errors from this transitional year are especially prized because they represent a moment of change within the mint. Every flaw tells a story about the pressures and challenges faced by engravers, technicians, and machinery as the country shifted away from precious metal coinage. To hold such a coin is to hold a fragment of history shaped not just by design, but by circumstance. Collectors often describe the 1965 quarter as a coin that rewards curiosity. It encourages people to look closer, to study details they might otherwise miss, and to imagine the path a simple coin took from mint press to present day. Whether found in a family collection or discovered in circulation, each piece carries its own quiet history point. One of the most enjoyable aspects of searching for rare 1965 quarters is the anticipation. Every coin becomes a clue, every detail a possibility. For new collectors, the journey begins with learning how to recognize significant features. For experienced numismatists, the challenge is distinguishing ordinary variations from truly remarkable discoveries. Over the years, stories have circulated of dedicated collectors stumbling across extraordinary finds, coins once overlooked that later revealed surprising characteristics under proper examination. These tales inspire others to inspect their own quarters with renewed hope, knowing that the next incredible discovery might still be out there. The Washington quarter design itself adds to the appeal. Sculptor John Flanagan's portrait of George Washington remains iconic, and even after decades of circulation, Many 1965 quarters still display a bold profile and recognizable detail. The reverse, with its eagle and unfurled wings, represents strength and unity, making the coin's imagery as meaningful today as it was when first struck. Some collectors focus on assembling a complete date run of Washington quarters, while others specialize in transitional years like 1965, where the unexpected becomes possible. For them, the thrill is not just in owning a coin, but in understanding its place in the broader timeline of American currency. The excitement surrounding rare and unusual 1965 quarters has grown dramatically thanks to online communities, auction records, and collector forums. People share discoveries, compare details, and help identify unusual traits that might otherwise go unnoticed. This shared passion keeps the hunt alive. As more collectors join the search, the mythology surrounding remarkable finds continues to expand. Tales of ultra-rare pieces, special strikes, or unusual compositions encourage people to examine their coins more closely than ever before. These stories are part of the culture of numismatics, half legend, half detective work, and always filled with possibility. The world of rare coins thrives on that sense of wonder. Even common dates become exciting when there's a chance of uncovering something extraordinary. The 1965 quarter, with its transitional history and potential for unexpected surprises, embodies this spirit perfectly every year. New enthusiasts enter the hobby and discover the magic of searching for hidden treasures among everyday coins. The 1965 Washington quarter remains a favorite starting point because its story is both accessible and endlessly intriguing. From condition rarities to rumored special strikes, it offers something for every level of collector. It is this combination of mystery, history, and potential value that keeps the 1965 quarter at the center of so many discussions. Whether found in an old collection or pulled from circulation, each example invites a closer look, a careful inspection, and a moment of curiosity about what secrets it might hold. Stories of extraordinary finds continue to surface, some involving coins kept safely for years before being recognized for their uniqueness. These tales remind us that even the most ordinary object can hide remarkable potential when viewed through the eyes of a collector, and in the most astonishing accounts shared among numismatists, a particularly exceptional 1965 Washington quarter, one displaying extraordinary qualities and remarkable rarity, has been reported to reach a value of $175,000. Second rare coin. We are stepping into the fascinating story of the United States Washington quarter dollar, minted in 1988 at the Denver Mint, a coin that has caught the attention of collectors worldwide. The 1988 Washington quarter may seem like a typical circulation coin at first glance, but its deeper story reveals a blend of history, craftsmanship, and hidden rarity. Coins from the 1980s often get overshadowed by older silver pieces, yet many collectors now realize that modern-era coins hold some of the most mysterious errors and valuable varieties. The 1988 D quarter is a perfect example of a coin whose true potential is finally being recognized. This coin carries the classic portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, a design that has represented American currency for decades. Washington's dignified profile is displayed with bold lines, capturing a timeless expression of leadership and resilience. Even though the design remained consistent through the years, subtle differences in the striking process make certain 1988 D quarters unique. On the reverse, the bald eagle, symbol of the nation's strength and freedom, spreads its wings proudly over a bundle of arrows, ready to defend the ideals of the nation. Around it, the lettering and design details vary slightly depending on the die condition and strike pressure used during production. These variations are what collectors study closely, hoping to uncover valuable clues. Millions of 1988 D quarters were minted, but not all received equal care during production. Some were struck with worn dies, some with polished dies, and others with unexpected irregularities that gave birth to rare error varieties. These differences, though often subtle, are exactly what transform a common quarter into an extraordinary collectible. Minting errors are the heart of a coin's value, and the 1988 D quarter offers several possibilities. Some examples show doubling in the lettering or the numbers, creating the sought-after double die effect that collectors love. Others reveal off-center strikes where part of the design shifts toward the rim, leaving a striking, unmistakable appearance. Another highly desirable feature in 1988 D-quarters is the broad strike error, where the coin expands beyond its usual boundaries, giving it a flattened, unusual shape. These pieces stand out instantly and often become centerpieces in any collection because of their rarity and unmistakable character. Collectors also look for die cracks, tiny raised lines created when the minting die begins to fracture. These cracks trace unique patterns on the coin, almost like fingerprints, making each error coin one of a kind. As the minting process continued, the cracks grew more pronounced, so earlier strikes remain the most visually appealing. The condition of the coin plays an enormous role in determining value. A 1988 D-quarter that has survived decades without scratches, wear, or fading earns a premium position in the market. High-grade coins with strong luster, sharp lettering, and crisp details are difficult to find, making them top-tier collectibles. The thrill of hunting for rare varieties keeps collectors passionate year after year. Even something as simple as examining pocket change can lead to incredible discoveries. Many enthusiasts report finding rare 1988 D-quarters in old coin rolls, inherited boxes, or tucked away in forgotten drawers, proof that treasures can hide anywhere. As interest grows in modern-era coins, the 1988 D-quarter has become a spotlight piece in the numismatic community. Its combination of historical significance, design beauty, and potential for rare minting errors makes it a compelling and rewarding coin to study. Auction houses have seen increasing demand for top-grade Washington quarters, especially those from the 1980s. This shift in collector preference shows how modern coins are gaining recognition and value, breaking the long-held belief that only older silver coins can achieve high prices. Collectors love this coin not only for its rarity, but also for the story it carries. It represents an era of change, technological advancement, and steady growth in U.S. coin production. Every 1988 D-quarter is a snapshot of American history preserved in metal. The Denver Mint, known for its precision, still produced a handful of coins in 1988 that slipped out with unusual characteristics. These coins are the ones serious collectors dream about, pieces that combine rarity, condition, and unmistakable personality. Discovering one of these extraordinary quarters is more than just a lucky moment. It's a reminder that coin collecting is a journey filled with surprises. Each coin holds untold stories, and each discovery adds new excitement to the hobby. The 1988 D Washington quarter continues to rise in popularity as more collectors recognize its hidden potential. Those who pay close attention, study its characteristics, and learn how to identify its rare errors have the best chance of uncovering a true treasure. What makes this coin exceptional is its ability to transform something so ordinary into something extraordinary. A simple quarter can carry extraordinary value when the right combination of rarity and condition comes together. Collectors believe the 1988 D-quarter is still a fertile ground for discovering rare gems. With millions still unsearched, the next extraordinary find could appear at any moment, waiting for the right collector to uncover it. And now we arrive at the moment that coin hunters always wait for, because the most exceptional, error-filled, top-graded example of the United States Washington quarter dollar coin from 1988 with the D mint mark has reached a truly remarkable value of $90,000. Third expensive coin is exactly what makes the 1966 Washington quarter so fascinating. It may look like an ordinary coin at first glance, but when collectors dig deeper, they discover that this simple quarter carries decades of history, unique variations, and surprising value. The 1966 Washington quarter was minted during a critical time in American coinage. Just 1 year earlier, silver had been removed from circulating quarters, marking a major shift in U.S. currency. The nation was adjusting to new coin compositions, and the mint was producing coins at rapid speed to meet public demand. This rush and transition created opportunities for rare errors and unusual strikes. The coin still features the classic portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, a design known for its bold, timeless profile. Even in 1966, the image remained striking, representing the strength and leadership of America's first president. But the way it was struck on new metal blanks introduced tiny variations that collectors study closely today. On the reverse side, the majestic eagle spreads its wings across a bundle of arrows, a symbol of courage and American determination. Though the design remained unchanged, the clarity and sharpness of the eagle varied among different dies, creating subtle differences that collectors now find intriguing. Millions of 1966 quarters were minted, yet only a small number exhibit the exceptional qualities that make them stand out. Some coins display remarkable strike strength, while others have die polishing marks or unusual features that were never intended. These small quirks are often overlooked by the public, but highly valued by collectors. One of the most exciting aspects of the 1966 quarter is the presence of rare minting errors. These errors were born from the intense production demands of the mid-1960s. Double dies, die cracks, and off-center strikes are among the most desirable forms, and each one adds tremendous character to the coin. Off-center strikes are especially dramatic. These coins show the design shifted noticeably toward the rim, sometimes leaving a blank crescent of metal on the opposite side. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the more valuable the coin becomes, especially if the date remains fully visible. Another treasure to look for in 1966 quarters is the elusive double die variety. In these rare cases, the lettering or details appear doubled, creating a mirrored shadow effect. Collectors consider these coins some of the most exciting finds of the entire decade. Die cracks tell their own story as well. These raised lines form when the minting die begins to split, leaving unique patterns on the surface of a coin. No two die crack coins are exactly the same, which makes them incredibly desirable among those who love individual, one-of-a-kind pieces. Condition always plays a major role in determining a coin's worth. A 1966 quarter that still carries its original shine, crisp details, and untouched surfaces can rise far above ordinary market value. Finding one in exceptional condition is becoming harder every year, adding to the thrill of the hunt. Many collectors enjoy the challenge of searching through old coin rolls, jars of saved change, or inherited collections to find a 1966 quarter that stands out. The possibility of discovering a rare error or a high-grade example makes every search exciting. This coin represents more than just currency, it reflects a turning point in American history. The mid-1960s were full of change, innovation, and shifts in technology, and the 1966 quarter is a small but powerful reminder of that era. Collectors love that this coin can still be found in circulation today, meaning anyone could stumble across a hidden treasure without even realizing it. That sense of possibility is what keeps the hobby of coin collecting so alive and rewarding. As the demand for modern-era rare coins continues to grow, the 1966 Washington quarter has earned a respected spot among valuable finds. It bridges the gap between old and new, between silver history and modern composition, making it attractive to collectors of all levels. Auction houses have started paying close attention to these quarters, and high-end examples, especially those with dramatic errors, have already made impressive appearances. Each sale adds more excitement to the coin's reputation. Collectors appreciate the craftsmanship behind the 1966 quarter as much as the rarity. Even though the composition had changed, the artistry remains strong, and the variations born from the minting process make this coin even more compelling. Every discovery of a rare 1966 quarter adds a new story to the collector community. Whether it's an unexpected error, an unusually sharp strike, or a flawless preserved piece, these coins continue to surprise and delight treasure hunters around the world. The thrill of uncovering a rare 1966 quarter is unforgettable. It is a reminder that even the smallest objects can carry enormous historical significance and unexpected value. Collectors agree that the 1966 Washington quarter remains one of the most promising modern-era coins for discovering rare varieties, and many believe that its true potential is still being uncovered. And now comes the moment every coin lover waits for, because an extraordinary, perfectly preserved, Error-filled United States Washington quarter dollar coin from 1966 has reached an astonishing value of $150,000. Especially, the 1971 Washington quarter is a perfect example of this. At first glance, it appears like any other quarter from the early 1970s, but once collectors begin to explore its origins, features, and unique variations, the story becomes far more intriguing than expected. The year 1971 marked a time of transition in American coinage. The nation had fully moved away from silver currency just a few years earlier, and the U.S. Mint was adjusting to new production techniques and modern materials. Because of this shift, many coins struck during this time show subtle irregularities and minting characteristics that would later become desirable among collectors. The familiar portrait of George Washington on the obverse continues the long tradition started in 1932. Designed by John Flanagan, the portrait displays strength, determination, and dignity. Yet, in 1971, the minting process resulted in various thicknesses, die wear patterns, and strike depths, all contributing to the uniqueness of individual coins. The reverse features the American bald eagle perched proudly on a bundle of arrows, a symbol of national strength and readiness. While the design remained unchanged for decades, collectors have noticed that the sharpness and clarity of the eagle's feathers differ from one 1971 quarter to another due to die condition and pressure variations. Millions of 1971 quarters entered circulation, but the true treasures among them are the ones that contain rare errors or were produced under unusual minting conditions. Because quality control was not as advanced as it is today, unexpected mistakes slipped through the mint, creating pieces that are now extremely rare. One of the most exciting categories for collectors is the doubled die error. When parts of the design, such as the motto, the date, or the details of Washington's face, appear doubled, the coin instantly becomes a standout piece. These types of errors are difficult to spot without magnification, but are among the most valuable finds in the numismatic world. Off-center strikes also attract significant attention. These coins show the design shifted dramatically to one side, sometimes leaving a blank, crescent-shaped area on the opposite edge. The more dramatic the shift, the more desirable the coin becomes, especially if the date remains fully visible. Another treasure is the struck-through error, which occurs when a foreign object comes between the die and the metal blank during minting. This creates unusual shapes, lines, or impressions on the coin's surface. Because each struck-through error is unique, these pieces are considered one-of-a-kind collectibles. Collectors also seek out die cracks, raised lines that form when the minting die begins to fracture. These cracks create beautiful and distinctive patterns on the coin's surface, and coins with bold, noticeable cracks often achieve premium value because of their uniqueness. The condition of a 1971 Washington quarter is extremely important. A coin that retains its original luster, sharp details, and clean surfaces can rise significantly in value. High-grade examples, especially those in mint-state condition, are rare and highly prized by collectors who appreciate perfection. Many collectors enjoy searching through old jars of change, coin rolls, and inherited collections in hopes of finding a 1971 quarter with exceptional qualities. The fun lies in the mystery. Any coin could turn out to be a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. The 1971 quarter also represents a moment of American history filled with cultural change, economic shifts, and technological progress. Holding one of these coins feels like holding a small piece of that era, a moment preserved in metal for generations to come. In recent years, demand for modern-era rare coins has grown sharply. Collectors who once focused only on silver coins are now expanding their interest to transitional and post-silver years, such as 1971. With this shift, values for exceptional coins from this time period have climbed steadily. Auction houses have seen impressive results for rare 1971 quarters, especially those with striking errors or perfect conditions. These coins create excitement among collectors who know that only a handful may exist in such extraordinary states. The minting variations of the early 1970s continue to fascinate experts. Researchers still uncover new error types and die varieties, adding even more depth and interest to the 1971 quarter story. Each discovery draws new collectors to explore this often overlooked year. Collectors admire the craftsmanship and the historical charm of this coin. It embodies the spirit of American currency at a time when modern minting was still finding its rhythm, and this combination of history and imperfection makes the 1971 quarter truly special. The possibility that a priceless quarter could be sitting unnoticed in someone's home adds to the thrill. Every collector hopes to find that one extraordinary example that changes everything, a coin that stands out because of its rarity, its story, or its flawless preservation. As more collectors focus on underappreciated years like 1971, the recognition and value of these quarters continue to rise. Many experts believe that the best discoveries have yet to be made, inspiring others to begin searching. The 1971 Washington quarter is a reminder that greatness does not always come from age or appearance. Sometimes it comes from rarity, character, and the hidden mysteries of the minting process, qualities that turn an ordinary coin into an unforgettable treasure. And now, the moment every coin enthusiast waits for, because an extraordinary, error-filled, top-graded United States Washington quarter-dollar coin from 1971 has soared to an astonishing value of $180,000. Last unique coin. One perfect example is the 1990 Washington quarter, minted at the Philadelphia Mint. At first glance, it looks like any other quarter from the pocket change we see every day, yet within this ordinary coin hides extraordinary potential. The year 1990 may not seem like a historic or dramatic year in coinage, but it quietly produced some of the most interesting modern-era error varieties. While the U.S. Mint had advanced its technology by then, no minting system is perfect, and that is exactly why the 1990 P quarter continues to surprise collectors even today. The obverse features the strong and familiar profile of George Washington, a portrait that has appeared on the quarter for decades. Although the design itself didn't change, the quality of the strikes, the wear of the dies, and the condition of the planchets created subtle variations that collectors love to analyze. These small details can make all the difference between an ordinary coin and a rare collectible. On the reverse, the majestic American eagle spreads its wings over a bundle of arrows, symbolizing protection, unity, and national readiness. Even though millions of 1990 P quarters feature this design, the sharpness of the eagle's feathers and the clarity of the lettering can vary dramatically depending on the die used to strike the coin. Coins minted at the Philadelphia Mint in 1990 were struck at extremely high speed to meet the colossal demand for circulating currency. This high-pressure production environment led to unique minting abnormalities that collectors now prize. Some of these errors are so small that they go unnoticed by most people, but eagle-eyed collectors know exactly what to look for. Double die errors are among the most sought-after features on a 1990 P quarter. These occur when parts of the design, such as the motto or the date, appear doubled, creating a captivating visual effect. Even slight doubling can add substantial value to the coin, making this error extremely desirable. Off-center strikes are another rare and exciting variety. When the planchet is misaligned during minting, the design shifts toward one side, leaving a blank crescent-shaped space. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the more valuable the coin becomes, especially when the date is fully visible. Collectors also keep an eye out for broad strike errors, where the coin is struck without its collar, causing it to expand and flatten. These unusual pieces stand out immediately and command attention from collectors who appreciate unique minting anomalies. Struck-through errors make the hunt even more thrilling. These occur when debris, fabric, or other foreign materials interfere during the strike, leaving behind strange textures or markings. Because each struck-through coin is unique, they're among the most fascinating collectibles in numismatics. Die cracks add another layer of rarity to the 1990 P quarter. These raised lines appear when the minting die begins to fracture over time, creating natural patterns across the surface of the coin. Some die cracks are small, while others grow into dramatic shapes that draw strong collector interest. Condition plays a crucial role in determining a coin's value. A 1990 P quarter that has remained bright, lustrous, and sharply detailed can fetch a far higher price than one that has endured years of circulation. High-grade examples, especially those in mint-state condition, are becoming harder to find each year. Collectors love the excitement of searching through coin rolls, inherited boxes, and old jars of change. The possibility that a rare 1990 P-quarter might be hidden among ordinary coins keeps the thrill of coin collecting alive. It's a reminder that valuable treasures aren't always ancient, they can be modern too. This coin represents more than just currency. It reflects a time when the United States Mint was evolving, improving, and experimenting with new technology. These technological shifts led to unexpected and highly collectible minting variations that remain popular with enthusiasts today. The growing interest in modern coinage has brought renewed attention to the 1990 P-quarter. Collectors who once focused only on silver coins are now discovering the hidden opportunities in post-silver coinage, where rare errors are incredibly valuable and often overlooked. Auction houses have noticed the rising demand for rare modern errors, and exceptional 1990 P-quarters have already made impressive appearances. Coins with dramatic strikes, unusual varieties, and perfect surfaces always generate excitement among buyers. Researchers continue to discover new varieties and die states from the 1990 P mintage, adding even more intrigue and depth to this coin's history. Every newly discovered error increases interest in this otherwise common-looking quarter. Collectors admire this coin because it offers both mystery and opportunity. The 1990 P-quarter reminds us that even the simplest coin can surprise us with hidden value, and even modern mintages contain secrets waiting to be uncovered. Searching for a rare 1990 P-quarter is more than a hunt. It's an adventure. Every discovery brings excitement, and every rare find becomes a story to share with the collecting community. No other hobby offers such joy from something so small. As collectors continue to explore coins from the 1990s, the 1990 P Washington quarter stands out as one of the most promising modern coins. Its mix of history, design, and potential errors makes it a favorite among those who know how to spot hidden gems. And now comes the moment every coin enthusiast waits for, because an extraordinary, perfectly preserved, error-filled United States Washington quarter-dollar coin from 1990 with the Philadelphia Mint mark has reached an astonishing value of $50,000. Thank you for watching, and as always, happy collecting. May your next coin be the one that turns your pocket change into pure treasure.